This is my long overdue part 2 of my baritone versus euphonium video. In the video I mentioned that the difference between the baritone and the euphonium is just the overall shape, and while that is true, there is a little bit more going on underneath the hood. Despite their similar designs, they do come from two different families of instruments. This comes from the saxophone family, developed by Adolph Sax, same guy who developed the saxophone. The euphonium, on the other hand here, is part of the tuba family. It is the closest descendant to the B-flat tenor tuba, an instrument called for in Holst the Planets, Strauss's Don Quixote, Janacek's Sinfonietta, plus among a few other stuff. If it calls for tenor tuba, it's more than likely going to be played on euphonium. Now let's talk literature. In wind band writing, 99% of the time, these two are going to be completely interchangeable. Whether it says euphonium or baritone, it's going to call for a low brass instrument pitched in B flat 1 octave, typically 1 octave above the tuba, aka, in this case, either the euphonium or the baritone. However, there are some examples where these two do have separate parts. The most prominent example is going to be Percy Granger's Lincolnshire Posy, where this does have a few solo lines, mainly in that previous video, The Brisk Young Sailor. There's also some other pieces too, so, like for example, again, Granger's Power Rum the Christian Heart. My college is doing a Granger transcription where there are separate baritone euphonium parts, and I'm playing the baritone for that. So, however, in British style brass bands, there are going to pretty much always going to be separate baritone euphonium parts. They serve two different roles within the ensemble, and so they're going to be separate. Oftentimes, there are going to be two of each. However, it's only the baritone that has the split first and second parts. The euphoniums will often be on the same staff, unless it is maybe some higher level music, in that point where you might see Euphonium 1, Euphonium 2. Now, from my time playing both of these instruments, there are some technique differences. Like what will work on euphonium won't necessarily, work as well on baritone, and vice versa. So keep that in mind, whether you're a euphonium wanting to double on baritone, or a baritone wanting to double on euphonium. That's the well overdue part 2 needed for this, so yeah. Happy playing, guys.